All right, it is live on the Facebook. We're probably 10-second delayed here for live action, but thanks for joining in. Good morning, everybody. This is Mark with my buddy Jason.
What up, everybody? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, Jason.
Dude, it's been a wild, weird week, and
Yeah.
I am excited that it's Friday. I'm happy
Yes.
to get it over with. Um, yeah, I mean, you guys had some weather, right? We had
Yeah.
some weather.
Yep. We had a whole
Uh,
bunch of rain. We even just had rain last night. Luckily, it stopped. But strange
yeah,
weather.
it's been a weird week. Like I said, we had work scheduled for Monday that got pushed to. No, pardon me. We had work that was scheduled for yesterday that got pushed to Monday. We had some, excuse me, we had some work that was supposed to get done tomorrow. I mean, well, now today, but yesterday I found out that the job had already been completed by another company.
Wow.
Actually, let's go back real quick.
Sure. We got time.
uh, so I was texting my client for tomorrow. She was actually getting her daughter a Mother's Day present, and it was for us to come clean the windows. So she
Cool.
called her yesterday to let her know that, hey, Fred, come on, man. She called her yesterday. God damn it, of course. She called her yesterday to let her know what was going on. And apparently, somebody else had come to the house and taken care of the windows just recently. And
No shit.
yeah, that's a bummer. Uh,
Huh.
some
That's
some GCU student. Uh, that's Grand Canyon University for us Arizona people. Um, So yeah, that's a tough one to swallow. That sucked.
yeah.
Uh,
That
so
does suck. Take it
yeah,
right out of your mouth.
you want to know what else? One of the
What?
guys, one of the many people that I've trained here in the Valley, is a GCU student.
Hmm.
Um, so that kind of added a little insult to injury.
Sure.
There's a ton of GCU students out there doing window cleaning, so I can't assume that it's that one. Um, but yeah, that was a little sting. Um,
Well, my theory on that is the sting should be towards your customer. I mean, how just I just wonder how people set up a service and then
Well,
have
it
somebody else
wasn't
clean the
her that
windows,
set it up.
the husband or wife type
So
thing.
the mother was buying the daughter a
A
Mother's Day
wash.
present because she had
Okay,
no
so
idea.
daughter took care of it. Gotcha.
So yeah. So
Okay.
and here's I'm trying to. At first, it feels like a sting, right? But what I told Billy and myself also is like, look, we can't get. That just means we have to work harder, right? I can't be
Sure.
disgruntled. I can't get disheartened. I can't get discouraged. We have to
Yep.
work harder, and we got to know that God's got us, bro. Like we've never we've never gone without,
Sure.
right? Like
Yep.
so, something better is going to happen. Well,
Well, I mean,
yesterday afternoon, I get a text, and it's a big two story. And we had just lost the bid the day prior. We were told we were considerably over. Um, so I got a call yesterday afternoon, and it was for a big two story other side of town. I bid right in the middle of where, like, super low and where I was at yesterday, the day prior, and
yep.
got the job. So we
Nice.
lost one job on a small house, itty bitty little house that probably would have been about $200, and we picked up a different one instead that I did schedule for today,
Awesome.
and it's almost double. So
Cool.
you win some, you lose some, right? Like,
That's it. Strikes and gutters, spares and
yeah,
strikes.
I was trying to relay that story because I want to remind people to not get discouraged. Like, um, Billy and I are having a conversation with one another, and it's text, and you can tell we're both feeling angry. We're fucking pissed, right? Like
You had
that
plans, yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
We get bent out of shape, and we're like, I can't believe it, and then of course, our assumptions go to, hey, I can't believe so and so maybe over in our neighborhood or trying to hit my clients and shit. I'll tell you right now, there's thousands of kids that go and men and women that go to GCU, and there's thousands of window cleaners out there now. So shoot, my nephew lives over there and he has a GCU hat, and he's done windows before. It could have been him. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, uh, it could be anybody. So, that's just one way I have to look at it. And to be honest, too, like I was saying, we can't we can't be one of those people that gets discouraged. We can't be like bumming out about losing a gig. We can't
Sure.
be bent out of shape. That's not what we do. So, just another quick lesson for us to reflect and learn on.
That's
Damn,
right.
bro, my hair
The
this
hair.
morning. What is
Ooh, it's
all
up. It's
natural?
popping.
Y'all getting it all natural this morning. Sorry guys.
It's Eraserhead style. Well, not that
Mm-hmm.
style, but it's up there. It's nice. It's got some volume.
It's going,
But
that's for sure.
yeah,
It's
you were
going.
talking about yeah, positive mental attitude and shit. I was sick yesterday. I explained to you briefly via text.
Yeah.
What happened is I had a large job 2 days ago, so I got out of work at 3. I went and pressure washed pool patio deck and then a driveway. Got done with the job. We were out of bread. I was gonna have a tuna sandwich for dinner. So I had to go to the store, pick up bread, and just take a walk around and found this really big, fat ribeye, marbleized, prime steak. I was like, yep, I'm starving. Went home, grilled that up, ate half of it. The next morning, I woke up with like a knot in my stomach. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. So over the course of an hour or two, everything basically, I got constipated. That steak I ate, uh, chewed it up, cut it up really nice, but it still got stuck more or less. So I spent all day yesterday, like kind of like curled up, nauseous, vomiting, having to take meds and stuff. So basically, everything I had last year, getting sick and dying and stuff, kind of redeveloped yesterday with a steak. So it leads me to believe that my biggest issue, or whatever it is, chronic constipation, dehydration, stuff like that. So I've got to, moving forward, I've got my gallbladder out, thinking it was just that, but obviously with yesterday, it reminded me it's still occurring. So I've got to avoid a whole bunch of shit moving forward in my life. So yesterday was another wake up call to I'm getting older. Uh, you just gotta, as far as your story, like I've got to stay positive and keep going because, you know, getting sick sucks. You miss work, you got to reschedule, you're half dying. So I'm going to be working on my health and stuff moving forward. You know,
So Deeds, one of the reasons why you and I decided to do this show, bud, it's for that reason, right? Like we wanted to try to have I think we had so much fun at the IWCA
sure.
waking up and
Yeah.
getting to know that, hey, I'm gonna go see Mark, downstairs. We're gonna bullshit a little bit. Like
We're
one
going
of
to
the
laugh
reasons,
at, yeah, never.
yeah,
Go ahead.
whatever. We One of the reasons we started it was to try to remember to keep our attitudes up, right? And like,
Fill your bucket, man. That's
yeah.
right.
So if we're not like bad shit happens throughout the day,
Mm-hmm.
we just let it roll off our backs like ducks, baby. Like fuck it. You know what I mean?
Aflac.
Exactly. And
Although
I
maybe
think
maybe short-term disability insurance is something I should look into, Aflac wise. Just kidding. But yeah, but
but yeah, like that's really part of the reason why we started this show is because I think like we found like a niche between us where it was
mm,
like, all right, this dude's good people, and if he's got something going on, he can bounce it off me, and if I got something going on, I can bounce it off you, and like, dude, there's a bunch of us in this industry that are going through shit all the time. So we wanted
sure,
to let people know that it's all right, like to be able to air it out and vent it, and uh, to do it here. You know what I mean? And
sure.
we'll get
Thanks.
we'll let stuff out in the open and let you know that people got your back too. You know what I mean?
Cool. Appreciate it. It's been rough. It's been a rough year just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on because I've had this chronically going on and had an idea of what's up. So I'm avoiding a lot of foods, but you know, I'm pretty much the sickest I've been last year. I still haven't gained any of that weight back, which is a danger because if I get really sick really soon, I could drop even worse and what the fuck's left. But I've got to get healthy. So the rest of this year, getting healthy, staying healthy. Um, I mean, I'm staying busy work wise, and that's great. I just hate pissing off customers, having to tell them, hey, yeah, that 3:30 appointment, or this morning, can we move it to tomorrow? And they've already had furniture moved or screened, so it's kind of a kick in the ass. But my customers are great because they understand, they get over it.
Yeah.
So that's always
Well, and
fun.
that's one of the things too. It's like when we're transparent, you know what I mean? People typically understand. Now, if you're transparent and you're always fucking blowing people off and you
That's
never
yeah,
make appointments, that's a different. But if you got
that's
some
bad.
health issues or your child is sick or something like that, people
Sure.
understand. And
Mhm.
a lot of times people appreciate your honesty. You know what I mean? Like no one wants to hear somebody constantly whining or whatever. But
Sure.
we
People are
always,
human.
yeah, but they understand. So,
Yeah.
real quick, dude, I don't know if you're able to see or not, but our boy Damien popped on earlier.
Oh,
Zane
I'm not on
popped
the
in.
Facebooks.
Yeah, so I just want to give those dudes a shout out. Zane, you know you're my boy. I'm super stoked for everything that you've got going on. I know your wedding's coming up. Congratulations to you guys. And Damien, I saw you on the pod the other day with TJ and Squeegee Life. I caught about half of that, and it was a good show. And it's oddly enough, TJ was sharing information, and it's kind of similar to what you've got going on. Like,
Yeah.
he's worried about some health issues. You've already gone, excuse me, you've gone through some of these health issues, right?
More or
And
less. I mean, he's got some different ones. Like he's got kidney issues. He's just trying to lose a fuck ton of weight, and I've already obviously done that. Now I'm just on the. Yeah, he's got
well,
diabetes scares. Yeah.
you've had some stuff removed and some surgeries
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been
taken.
under the knife. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fun.
and he's trying to avoid that.
Yes.
Um, so, but that's what I'm getting at here too is like, look, if it's kind of nice to know that we have somebody that we can share these things with and go through, and to bounce our ideas off of. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, even with TJ going through the health stuff, we're all human. He's a window cleaner. He's he's got some scares, stuff to worry about, but he's doing a cool thing. He's on a diet, so he's losing. He wants to lose 40 pounds or such, and he's on the carnivore deal, and that's really good, but bad for your kidneys. And historically, he's got bad kidneys, so he's got to hydrate, monitor that. So it's like I'm going through the health stuff, so I've got to avoid obviously delicious fatty ribeye steak for the rest of my life, and then other shit. So, but we're all human. We're all going through issues. I mean, some of us fall off ladders, break our ankles. It's how do you dust yourself off and continue on and clean the next window. You might not be able to clean this week, but next week, next month, you'll be back at it
And you'll still
and
be alive.
yeah, still be alive. So take care of yourself, and you're not the only one going through health shit. If you've got, if you're going through any issues, you're not alone, guys.
Yeah. And let me ask you this: what do you got going on this weekend, dude? Anything fun popping? You taking
Uh,
care of Kylie? I mean, it is Mother's
well,
Day.
Mother's Day, we're joking about getting our hotel room Saturday to come home Sunday, jokingly. Uh, but
Would she
I'm
accept it?
probably Well, oh yeah, she'll accept. I've already bought her the gifts. Kids are gonna wrap them. The kids are gonna do breakfast in bed type deal. Then we're gonna go to dinner or something nice. But I'm giving her the day off, so she does whatever the hell she wants. Sunday, Saturday, I've got one or two large jobs I've got to schedule. So regardless, as long as we're not raining, I'm busy Saturday. But the Mother's Day is the important day. Making mom happy and getting her good to go. Because I've been sick. Oh yeah, I've been sick yesterday and such. My son Henry was home from school the last 2 days because he was vomiting up overnight. So she's like running on low sleep, angry. She even DoorDashed chick salad chick last night. Delicious chicken croissant sandwiches. She was like not cooking. So it's been a busy week for her. She's definitely earned the Mother's Day. So I've got to come out swinging. What do you got going on this weekend?
I'm gonna clean the house really well
Nice.
downstairs. Knock that shit out. Just make it look nice.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take the kids shopping for Mother's Day. Sunday we're actually over at my mother-in-law's house. It's the weather went from mid 70s to mid high 90s within like
Wow.
a 36-hour span. She's got the pool. It will be too cold for me. I'm a big bag of bitch when it comes to being cold in cold water, especially the
Yeah.
cold water. Totally not my jam. When I was a kid, yes.
Oh yeah.
But when you're almost 50 years old, jumping in cold water, not my cup of tea.
Sure.
So I'll be collecting some sun, bagging some rays.
There it is.
Yeah, just kind of chilling, man, laying low. My kid went through so last weekend was state cup tournament end of the season, and then tryouts were Monday, Wednesday, and then he has one more on Saturday. So
Cool.
that's it. But Mother's Day, just gonna hang, lay low. I so the other day you mentioned about hotel, and I've seriously contemplated phoning a friend and finding a sitter for the evening and possibly getting a room for the night for my
Huh?
wife and I. Um, I haven't even, obviously, I didn't tell her or anything because I haven't found a sitter yet. But if that happens, maybe do that. I mean, I am going on that trip pretty soon, so we're going to be apart for 3 weeks. And I figured, what the hell, a wonderful night or two alone would be kind of nice. I mean, shit.
Yeah, it could be a month.
Yeah, it could be a month. And in all honesty, it probably will. Because my son is going to be in Denver anyways, and then we've got
Spend
all
a week.
that
Yeah,
we've got all that family. And if you're there, might as well. So
definitely. Yeah,
yeah, so that's the
nice.
weekend plan for us. Today, you got any window washing work?
Today I've got windows actually in the neighborhood. I'm really lucky. Gutter cleaning and a windows on a yearly customer. So I do her gutters, her windows every year. She's got French panes and maybe 15 crap old screens. So it's a really easy water fed pole job. Takes about 2 hours. And was supposed to do her yesterday, but obviously could not get to it. But she's on the agenda today, and that'll be a nice, quick, easy job. Tomorrow, I've got like a large house and a large driveway or a large window and driveway. So just trying to at least get healthy. So I've got to make sure today I'm good. I might just do her gutters today and do windows in the morning if I'm still effed up because 99% sure I'm still dehydrated and I'm drinking the leftover cold brew from yesterday that I didn't finish because I got sick mid morning. So I shouldn't be drinking cold brew. I should be drinking a lot of hydrating water, maybe some smart water, just water in general. But yeah, cleaning windows this afternoon and just getting at it.
Sweet.
Yeah,
So
lots of fun.
Bill's gonna go out this morning and bang out that big old 2 story. Shout out Bill Sloan. Hopefully you're listening or watching. Um, or shit, he may. I doubt he's on the road. Beautiful thing about this house that we ended up landing today is it is a vacant home, so he can get there whenever he wants.
Or move
Uh,
in and take it over and be
yeah, I
his.
mean, it's
That's good.
5:43 and the sun's already out. So,
That's awesome.
um, yeah.
And you don't make any noise with a squeegee. It's silent, so people can't yell at you for, blasting your engines or doing something
No,
stupid,
and we normally we'd start interior. I mean, pardon me. Normally we do exterior first and bang that
Mhm.
stuff out. But in a circumstance like this, he'd probably likely do interior first, wait for that sun to arise. So even if he's setting up, the only noise he would make is setting up his ladders.
Taking shits. It's early. He's like, oh
Yeah, but
man, better do the
you
insides.
can't hear that because he's not shitting outside. So
Well, he's in the house. He's doing the insides first for the morning dookie, and then when he
yeah,
finishes because by the
always
time he's outside,
if that happens though, check to make sure that there's toilet paper.
very smart, very
Yeah.
smart. I have a story I can't tell anymore because a lot of people were grossed out.
Well, thank
Always
you for
make
not
sure.
starting it.
Nope, I'm not going to even start. We're going to skip
You
ahead.
can tell me another time when we're in person.
Oh yeah, it's bad. I have another joke that's inappropriate. I used to tell the bartender, and it was about how my dog was born. And long story short, the lady was going to eat a chicken wing with blue cheese, and I put it down.
Mm,
So moving forward to a different story, staying busy. So
yeah.
I got a call yesterday from a customer. I didn't answer the phone. I was sick, but I read like a brief transcript. It was a lady across the street from me last week who had like a whole house, driveway, patio, windows. It was like a $1,500 job that I sent her. So she called yesterday, and I says, "You motherfucker, son of a," and I'm like, "Oh shit, what did I do?"
Yeah,
So then
right?
I got a text message her from a few minutes later after like my heart was beating, and she said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was in traffic when I called you. Dot dot dot." And so I haven't listened to the message yet because I was sick, that morning or all day yesterday. So I'll tell you that story later of how that whatever. But people in Houston traffic, it makes sense why she's cursing somebody out. But yeah, she may have approved the estimate or chunked it up, but a pretty large estimate in a gated community. So we'll see how that ended up. Saving the suspense for today and to see what the hell she was talking about. But I'll keep you updated.
Or yeah, how I was telling you earlier about how we'd lost a job. Wednesday, I get a call asking for a job to be taken care of by Thursday. Big
Mhm.
ass 2 story. Um, Billy and I did the walk around. I have the client's information in my phone as far back as 2021 and then correspondence in 2022,
Sure.
like text messages, but no, I don't have any receipts. I don't have any
Yeah.
reply
No invoice,
information.
no estimate. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've never done any work for this client, but I've obviously given them quotes in the past. Um, when I get to the house, they tell me the house is it's in a great neighborhood, gated community. It's got 36 panes, some big ass pieces, six exterior climbs and six interior climbs.
Hmm.
Lot of ladder work, right? And
Sure.
a lot of big ass panes, a lot of screens, a sunscreen screwed in too.
Fun.
So I come in at the estimate, I'm like, I explain to the guy, he's the homeowner. He tells me I've had this house 15 years, two tenants, never had the windows clean. So this is a shit ton of work, right?
Yeah.
I give him the numbers. I come in at 496. I tell him, look, dude, I don't like weird numbers. I'll do it at 450. He's like, all right, we'll call my wife. I call the wife and she's like, I have one other person giving me one more estimate. Um, do
I love
you,
those.
yeah, do you price match or this and that? Or are you set on that price? Or will if I tell you what they charge, will you give me a different number? And I told her
Oh yeah.
no.
I
I
would tell her, yeah, and
was,
be like, whoop, whoop, whoop.
yeah, the number goes up. No, I'm like, look,
I hate those people, but go
this
ahead.
tomorrow is, and he reiterates to me, we have 30 properties value wide, and I'm like, look, I know you do, but if I fucking in my head, pardon me, but I'm like,
No, go
in
ahead.
my fucking head, I know if I let you do this to me on this house, you're gonna do this to me on every other fucking house. This is
All
a ton, and he had
two
already
of them.
described to me that he had tried to get scaffolding to do these windows on the interior. He even started setting the scaffolding up.
Wow,
I'm
how
like,
much does that
dog,
cost? Yeah.
my point exactly. I'm like, dude, I came in low. 450 is not that's not that bad.
It's not super gravy. I mean, it's money. It's good. But something like that with the screens, I mean, solar screens, I did a job last month with solar screens. It was like 8 screens, and I charged $6 a solar screen
I
because I'm
didn't
an
charge
idiot.
this. Listen to
Well,
me. I'll tell
I
you.
got to charge 10 from now on. Go ahead.
I'm about to get fucking pissed. I'm sorry. Now that I'm
Go
thinking
ahead.
about this again too, because I don't even charge for removing screens. I'm not one of these dickheads who fucking runs around and and I'm sorry. I don't mean to call other people who charge
Hey, that's fine.
money to remove screens, but in Arizona here, there's fucking screens on every house, bro. Get over it. If you don't fucking know how to remove a screen and you can't do it, don't be you know what I mean? It's part of the fucking job. Pardon? And
I'm
I'm
gonna
getting,
humbly disagree with you on that one
well, that's fine.
because
But
well, no, no, but all right, go ahead.
my thing is I have it built into my price. That's all.
Okay, well, that's as long as you're built in there, then you're
Yeah,
set.
it is. It is. And I don't mean to be like that, but let's say I get to a house and I don't know. Now I'm in my own head about that fucking bid. I
I've got
apologize.
one for you, and here's the funny part: the house that I did last month with the 8 screens,
Yeah.
every solar screen I took down, there was one or two silver screen in there. So point is, I took the solar screen off, and then I popped out the old screen, and you can imagine the dirt and dust and the
Yeah,
bullshit in
so
between.
that's my point too. It's like so I already charge like I don't charge for any of that. And
Okay,
like I do, but I don't I
but you
make it
should.
I know, but then my numbers would be even higher.
They have to be
How
higher,
if
Jason.
I'm losing a job at 450, how the fuck am I going to nail it at $612? Because I'm
Hmm.
charging another 3 times 30. That's $90 for that, and then this, and then that, and it's like I know I typically know
Well,
my clients, and
sure.
I know my market, right? And
Yes.
I knew that number should be gravy. I've been doing this a long fucking time out here. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
this is not the first time I've ever pitched a quote, and then I explained the price, and I built that value. I built
But
it,
here,
and I
I
showed, and,
I
and I still lost.
I think you're undervaluing yourself, my friend. You got a
Mm-hmm.
call from a guy who owns 30 properties, who set up his own fucking scaffolding, who called a professional to come in to give him a quote, who told him a number, who told him that's a little too high. What can you come back with? I would have came back with go fuck yourself. Sorry for the
Yeah, and
language,
I was polite about
but
it, but
but the thing is like, you're a professional. You've been cleaning windows for 20 years. A
yep,
guy over at the whatever state university has been cleaning them for nine weeks, right? So he's
nine
got a
months.
bucket and a squeegee, 9 months. He's going to go clean it for $300. And if you're $600, there's a reason you'd be twice as much. It's
Yeah,
because you're guaranteed no streaks, no drips, no bullshit. Everything gets done. It's uh, I live in a okay. I live in a My zip code is like one of the poorest in like West Houston. So
Yeah.
my target market, even though I only do a 15 or 10-mile radius, my target market is not anywhere within 1 mile of myself. It's within
Yeah.
3 to 6 miles. So the point is that my price is my price. So for example, we'll just give out driveway prices. It's around $250, $300 for the whole driveway in the front of the house. I go to another yard, another neighborhood, and the guy down the street's doing it for $60. I
Yeah.
can't compete with that, right? So I get the call from his neighbor who says, "Oh, well, I got a guy who's doing it for $65. Can you do it?" It's like, lady, no, and that's where and this is where it sucks, is you've got a field, you've got to give the minimums or I don't provide value or get a polo. But people like that, that's where you should go. And the guy who has the 30 properties, you go into the spiel about, the market value is X. I have X amount of experience and
Yeah.
just sell it.
And so here was, and I don't mean to cut you off.
No, 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 do it.
So the husband, he was on site.
Hmm.
He understood the value.
Okay.
His balls were in his wife's purse, and she
Ding a
makes the
ling a ling.
decisions.
Yep.
So that was the whole part of it. Like he understood. He was like, "You're here. I get it. Da, 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 da." You know what I mean? I'm sold. But the white, it's a lot easier for somebody to tell you no over a text or a voice
Sure.
than it is for them to do in person, especially after you've built that and you've
Oh yeah.
explained to them why uh why what up Magdos why they should hire somebody less expensive. And she asked me, "Is it just you and one other person?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this is why you are charged what you are charged." And I just hope that it landed okay for them actually.
Well, yeah. They don't get the streaks. The guy shows up actually on time. But they deserve it though. If they're going to go hundreds of dollars cheaper because they want knucklehead for cheap,
Yeah.
then they deserve that guy not to show up, or to call you tomorrow and say, "I can still see streaks through my living room window. Can you come clean this?" That kind of shit.
Yeah, and
Um,
they had a dope ass house. It was right behind, actually, right behind another university, or well, community
sure.
college. But
So that's the
um,
thing. These people want Nordstrom prices, or they want Nordstrom clothing for
quality.
like Walmart prices. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's not your deal. I'm you're
Showing.
fairly priced, but you need to. I mean, you've got kids, you run a
Yeah.
business, you've got a helper. You need to raise your prices.
I don't
My
have a helper. I have a fucking man.
well, you have a man. You're a man. You've got a guy. You've got Billy. It's you and Billy. People. It's not like your mom's like you and your mother is not paying for your and Billy's rent at the university. You're not getting a free meals at the chow hall. You're working. You've got a family to support. You pay insurance. So yeah, to be honest, you got to charge more, man. You got to raise your prices a little, in my opinion. Like the whole
So,
screens thing, I itemize it. So I don't build it into the price because I want the customer to know what the fuck the price is for.
but
It's
here's
200.
my thing then, because then when I do that, I do come in at 650, right?
Mhm.
And then they tell me, how, can you do better?
Sure.
So
$649.
I already was at 496 and I
Mhm.
dropped down to 450 because I don't like weird numbers and I still lose it. You know what I mean? So I can raise my prices all I want, but it doesn't assure me that I'm going to get more work.
Sure.
Now, because I am paying for a grown ass man, I do want to make sure that I get some work. So we have to
You,
play that
you can't
fucking
go hungry. You've got to
no.
play. Yeah,
That's it. So
that's hard.
and it's a delicate balance that we have to that we have to ride. Now
It is a
on this
tightrope. Yeah.
so on this next job that we're going to today now, it's a two-story, same amount of clients, no screens, $70 less. Same. It's the equivalent. It's almost the exact same house, right?
Mhm.
Different neighborhood. Might be more work, might be less work. I haven't seen it on site, but I know the window count, and I know what Billy's capable of, and I know the time that he can, in the time frame yeah, with when within which he works. Pardon me. And I know he's going to smash that fucking house, and he's going to get a fat chunk of change,
Well,
right? So I may have lost $70 on, it's a $70 difference, but he'll
sure.
spend 45 minutes less trying to fuck with screens.
Yep.
You know what I
But
mean?
that's why I
So
charge for screens. And even like I said, the solar screens, I popped them off and they had like six more screens or a lot more. And so even in the estimates I sent, like even if you don't have screens, just given the pricing, I don't know. It's just strange. Uh,
It's so 5 years ago, these I could have pulled that shit, and I could have
mm,
easily said that. But also, my price per pain 5 years ago was a lot less,
sure.
right? So my prices have gone up, and there was a lot less competition. I mean, I've told you before, I've helped 4 or 5 other dudes just in this market
Hmm.
get set up. There's also 6, 8, 10 other guys running the same fucking show. So 5 years ago, when it was me and 4 other dudes, now it's me and 14 other dudes. You know what I
Sure.
mean? And actually, it's more like 40 other guys.
But
But
how many of those 40 guys have 20 something years
no,
experience?
but it doesn't matter. We know what today's market is like, and we know what today's climate is like. Sometimes
Sure.
motherfuckers just want to spend. They have a number in their head, and that's what they'll spend. Do I? And I filter those guys out quick. Those guys and gals out quickly.
Sure.
I have a very high. My bullshit meter is on spec. Right. I know where I'm at. Um,
Hmm.
and I try not to spend my time or energy on it. Now, sometimes it does happen where I get like today. This is probably the most excited you've seen me, right? Like yeah, right. I don't get too worked up over nonsense. But that shit did hit. That shit did hit a nerve apparently,
That's annoying. Yeah.
and I appreciate you letting me vent and get it off my chest because the only other person that can hear it is Billy, and I don't really want to even tell him because then it gets him worked up. You know what I mean? And the last thing, yeah, and the last thing I need is my best fucking dude, my homie, getting all stressed out about where's the money coming from, dog. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, man, I feel better just saying that shit out loud.
Well, good.
Thanks.
Fill your bucket. Say
Thanks for
it.
the counseling session, Deeds. You the man, bro.
Get it out there. Let it out. Really take a second to reflect on that one. Take a sip of
Cheers,
coffee.
bitches.
Let that dwell for a second. Cheers,
Mm,
everybody. Happy Friday. Mm.
definitely happy Friday.
This is some good coffee. Listen, Jules, I don't need you telling me how good my coffee is, okay? The point is it's Friday. Everyone's happy. It's a good day. Change your rubbers.
Hey, the
It's
point
gonna
is
be a.
Jason still kicks ass. I don't know if you can read that, but my
Oh yeah,
Starbucks.
Jason, kick ass.
Uh,
Very nice. You also
yeah.
forgot today is free cold foam, everybody. If you go to Starbucks today through Sunday for your wife, any beverage you order gets a free brown sugar cold foam or any cold foam of your choice with any flavor at your local participating Starbucks locations. Get it today. Anyway, you missed out. You got free cold foam for that cold brew, but you missed it.
Yeah, but I
But
don't, I
makes you
didn't
gassy.
need it. Hey,
No,
get
you don't
this
need it.
though. I got the best click. So, my homie Ryder at Starbucks, I ordered some coffee and and I also ordered a bag of coffee because I didn't get my wife a coffee to go today because I don't know what time she's getting up. So I just got a new bag. Well, Starbucks baristas typically get a bag a week for free. So
Yeah, they do.
shout out to homie Ryder at Starbucks for hooking me up. I know he doesn't watch any of this shit, but if you have a barista and they take care of you, give them some love.
Give them the love.
I zelled him $10 just to say thanks. And how crazy is it that I have my barista's fucking cell phone number in my phone?
That is pretty crazy. Yeah, that's a good connect to have. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
Did you guys
little
out of
wild.
the pistachio stuff? Nope. Okay, I'll be over in 10.
Dude, it's so funny. I've been on in different Starbucks and it's either super shitty like in different cities or like whatever. So I text Ryder and I'm like, "Man, this place sucks." Uh Shout out to all those people who take care of us in the mornings.
Yes. They stay chipper too. As miserable as it is, if there's nobody ever in there, there's 10 of them behind the counter, but they're always in a good mood. They're
So
always drinking coffee.
I roll in this morning at like 4:32. They'd only been open for 2 minutes. And it's just me, Ryder, and this dude Aaron and of course I'm already kind of like just whatever. So I roll in and I'm like, yo, you guys place bets on who you think is gonna be the first client in this morning or any morning and his response is no, but I placed bets on who I thought the Pope was gonna be and I lost. It made me think of
Ah,
you. It made me
oh
think
yeah.
of you, Deeds. I was like,
Yeah, Ghana. I
shit.
was saying Ghana. It was 300 to 1. They did not pick a Ghanan post. They picked Pope Leo the 14th or something, some guy from Chicago, Illinois. It'll be interesting. He's going to be a good pope. I'm
Yeah,
not
because us
Catholic. I know nothing
Americans
about
aren't
it.
fucking up enough shit right now, right?
Yeah, but yeah. I don't know if you want to call him American. It'll be an
Ah,
interesting next 20 years. see how
Yeah.
that goes. But
Um, are you going? Are you sitting behind the desk today in the morning?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I'm behind the desk today. Tomorrow, or yeah, I get out at 3 or 4. And when I get out, I'm going to do windows. Uh, but yeah, so I'll be at the chair today. I'll be effing around,
Okay.
just enjoying it.
Well, I know
Hopefully
you
feeling
got to
better.
get running, but want to give any shout outs to anybody or something?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my wife Kylie, if you're watching later or at all.
Ah,
Thanks for being a hot wife and doing amazing work. She's been really busy the past couple of days with me being sick, and she deserves all the praise. You know, that's she's doing awesome. Sunday is her day. Thanks to Zero and Window Cleaning Resource for doing all the daily giveaways and shit on the page. That's awesome. Thanks for watching, guys, and thank you, Jason, for filling my bucket.
you got it, brother. Hey, thank you for listening to me vent for a minute. Thanks for helping me fill my bucket. I want to shout out Mike Matthews, John Magdos, Squeegee Tom. He's putting all sort of shit out there.
Yeah,
Damien
his
for
videos are
popping
cool.
in. Zane for
Yep.
popping in. I'm not sure if it says Tanner. Hope all is well. But if Mark Tanner was in the house, thank you for popping in. Squeegee Life, thanks for putting some shit out this week that I was able to catch. And I hope you guys are all doing well. Keep those passion buckets full. That's
Keep
when
it
you say,
rolling, guys.
and
Oh
change
yeah.
those rubbers.
Change those rubbers. I'm looking at like where's the end video button? I gotta make sure everything's correct. But yeah, thanks guys. Have a great day. Make it an awesome day. Take care of yourself.
Peace out.
Stay
Have a
healthy.
great weekend and happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Happy Mother's Day.